Hey folks, Chris once again, welcome back to another video. This is another request assigned from Brock. And he wanted me to talk about a movie and the Friday the 13th franchise. And the movie is Jason Goes to Hell. Now, I have seen this movie like a lot of times. And I'm just saying right now, I'm not the biggest fan of this movie because the characters I don't think are that interesting. Excuse me, sorry. It's just not one of my favorites, and the And the franchise, it's a little bit better than Part 8, but I'm just not the biggest fan of this one. I mean, I got the rated version on DVD. And there are some pretty cool death scenes. But the death scenes are all this movie has going for it, because I didn't like the story, I did not like the premise, I did not like the characters that much. It's mainly these, set this down. But it opens with Jason running after this woman. And then he goes into like some kind of football field, and he gets blown up to bits, gets taken to the corner. The guy is doing a biopsy on his body, even though his body's blown to bits. He eats his heart, which is gross. And Jason's soul goes into his body, and then he kills people. And then throughout the movie, his soul jumps from body to body to body. I kind of do not like that type of story. It's just, I mean, it's supposed to be a Friday the 13th movie, and Jason's not in it. You get a bunch of people just like killing people. I mean, the death scenes are cool. I mean, there's a scene where these couple are fucking in a tent, and the person picks up this street sign, stop sign, whatever, and he stabs it through the woman, and then wraps it up like right here, and she splits apart. Pretty brutal, gruesome death. And then the guy gets killed off screen, which I hate. Somebody gets an elbow in the mouth, and their mouth goes like inside their mouth, and you see like their skull caved in, which is pretty cool. Pretty gnarly. There's a really cool scene where Jason slowly this guy's body, and his body starts melting, kind of like The Blob. This is a better movie than this. And you see his like melting face, and he's like sticking to the floor. Pretty nasty, but pretty cool special effects for sure. I can't tell you any of the characters in this movie because I can't. Characters in this movie suck. Creighton Duke, I don't think is a great. I mean, there was nothing to his character. I mean, he was cool, but he was talking about white skirt and pink dresses. So is he a fucking pedophile or? The story made no sense. It made no sense. I mean, is this a fucking fairy tale, or is it a Friday the 13th, the 13th movie? I mean, there's a look at Jason. He looks cool, but he's only in there for like 2 minutes till he dies. There's a scene where the main guy's in jail, and then Creighton Duke's breaking his goddamn fingers to make him an offer. Okay, anything interesting gonna happen in that? Like, I don't know, Rainbow for Life, who I do watch, he loves this movie. He's like, if you're looking for gore, then why not watch this movie? I'm like, because this movie, the characters suck in my opinion. But, and, stuff like Halloween Kills, or Terrifier 2, the characters are actually likable. And they actually, in those movies, that make more sense than this piece of garbage. But I mean, I cannot follow this movie whatsoever. I've seen it so many goddamn times. I cannot follow this movie for the life of me. I'm like, there's a scene where a naked guy is getting shaved. There's a scene where they see the Book of the Dead from the Evil Dead. Like, get that prop off this piece of shit movie. I mean, Jason X was no better, but at least Jason X was actually stupid, retarded fun. But, I mean, the ending, Jason kills Creighton Duke and the main guy and the girl, they get together, then probably the best shot in movies where Freddy's glove comes out of the ground and grabs Freddy's or Jason's mask and pulls it down, tributing the Freddy vs. Jason, which is a better movie than this. But yeah, I did not like this movie. Definitely one of the worst horror sequels ever. The kills are fun, but that's pretty much all that's going for this movie. Like Terrifier 2, Terrifier 1, Halloween Kills, Dead Alive. Even what's a movie like The Children, which I reviewed a couple days ago, those movies have gore and brutality, but they have like actual character building. They have actual good acting. They have good cinematography. They have good story. The story makes more sense in those movies than in this. Somebody's going to be watching this movie. Say you have a friend over and say, if you see him watching this movie, and you tell him, what are you watching? It's like, I'm watching the Friday the 13th movie. Then you see the part where the guy eats that fucking heart. I'm like, this is Friday the 13th? Seriously? I'm like, it's one of the worst ones. It's one of the bad ones, which I agree with. I mean, to me, it's just a lazy excuse for a sequel. I don't like this movie. I like that poster, though. It's a cool looking poster. It's a good release, at least. Poster, which is, like I said, the poster and the freaking kills are the only thing going for this movie. But if you like this movie, please let me know down below. Do you think it's the best Friday the 13th movie? I'm not sure why you do, but let me know down below. It's not as bad as part... Hell, I rather watch part 8 than this, because at least part 8 actually had Jason in it. This has no Jason. No interesting to give. No good people in the movie. No good acting. Shitty script. Shitty characters. Except Jason, who's in the movie for the first 2 minutes. Just a bad movie in my opinion. I mean, it's shot okay. The special effects are pretty cool. And I like the poster. That's it. It's just an uninspired, a lazy excuse for a sequel. Just a cash grab. Nothing but a cash grab. Nothing but a fucking poor excuse for a sequel for a franchise that was already dead from the start. Now, the reason I had the copy is because I just wanted the unrated version. But, yeah. It's just not my cup of tea. It sucks. Don't watch it. But, yeah. After this, I might review a good movie. But, we'll see. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later.